Hello, this is Model Wings, and I haven't posted a video in a while. I might record this on a different phone, but for now, my actual phone that I use to record is out of storage, so that's why I haven't been able to film any new videos, even though I've wanted to come back. But I have an unboxing today. First unboxing I've done on my channel, and it'll be the first of an unboxing of this kit on YouTube. Oh, this is a Matchbox supermarine walrus. This came out in 1973, and whilst it was released, I believe twice, maybe even 3 times by Matchbox, Revell ended up getting the toolings, but only, I think, released them once, with 2 different schemes to this kit. This is a 3-colour kit, and it's from the yellow range, I believe. It's in 1/72 scale, and it has already been opened because this is a kit that I bought second hand. It's got this lovely box art of this certain aircraft, the silver variant, which is why the colour scheme's in Sheffield in 1938. It has a boat in the background, and you can see the sort of landscape and also the beautifully painted water. If we turn to the back, we still have the window intact, but you can see the bag where the clear parts and the decals have been put in second hand. So, first colour scheme is the Royal Navy HMS Sheffield. I said it actually was from Sheffield, but it's actually from HMS Sheffield in 1938, which is silver with a blue band and one of the earlier roundel designs. It's got Bristol Pegasus, and you have both gunnery spots, but for the most part people tend to only have one open. Mainly the front is usually closed up. And here we have number 283 Squadron RAF in Italy, 1944, which is probably the one I would be doing because I like a good camo. I like doing my fade effect with the airbrush. So, if we open it up, we have all the sprues. Quickly, I'll show you the unpainted model. They say you can add the decals, no painting necessary. And on this side, we get shown 3 kits: a Curtiss Helldiver, a Jaguar, and a Bristol Beaufighter, the later version, the Mark 10 with the radar nose. Oh, there it came. So, 3 sprues, one in a greenish, dark grey. We can see it's got a nice raised detail to represent stretch fabric. We have the wheels, part of the engine, and here's the actual Bristol Pegasus. This is the part that holds the engine, as well as these 2 spinners. I don't know what they're for, but we'll read the instructions for it. This is sort of like the first time I've opened it, because I wanted to open it on an unboxing. We have these really nicely moulded machine guns, and we have the lower wing halves. This is for the top wing, but the lower halves. We then have a white sprue. We have the bottom of the bottom wings and the top of the top wings. We have this middle section which goes in between the top wing, and we have the what is it? The back. I can't remember what they're called again. Sorry, I keep forgetting the name of them, but I think if you're an aircraft expert, you'll know what they're called. We have got an inaccuracy, as someone pointed out on Brit Modeler. They're supposed to have fuel tanks on the section of the wings. He recommended putting filler on these squares around here. We have got these to cover up the gun ports in the fuselage. That's for the back and that's for the front. And I believe that's to hold the prop in place so it can spin. So that's the second sprue. Third sprue has the main components, the fuselage, which has raised detail and a window that you'll need to cut out if you want an accurate kit. We have some more raised detail on the other end. They go all the way down. I don't think that's a sink mark. I believe that is actually a part of the kit. As you can see, it will be nice to rescribe it, but I also think it would be good painted. I don't think it actually is too bad. It's quite good for its age. You got the floats and the struts to go in between the wings and the engine, and the other half of the fuselage. You can see there's no actual lines or anything inside, but there is, if you can see. Oh, get to focus. Oh, maybe I'd take it away. But here it does have its copyright date. It's dated from 1973 and it's by Matchbox in Lesney Production and Co. Oh, one of the bits that have fallen off the sprue is this chair. There are 3 of those. And lastly, before we look on the instructions, is the decals and the clear parts. We have this up here. This is for the later version in Italy. And we have the 38 and the earlier style roundels if you're doing the earlier version. My decals aren't actually that yellowed. I think I'll put them straight on. These decals are quite nice. The only thing is the paper is really flimsy compared to modern decal paper. We also have the clear sprue for the stand if you're doing the stand. It's a nice stand, but I'm not sure if I'll be using it. I'm not sure what this is for though. I think this might be part of the stand, but I'm not sure. I personally am not going to use this because I want to have it sort of looking like it's landed on the water. And last bit is the only part of the clear parts like that matter, which is the canopy, which is rather small. If you want to know how big this kit is, I would compare it to a Blenheim. I always do wonder how big a kit is. I would say it's about a Blenheim if you have one of those. So it's about medium bomber size. The instructions come in one long stretch, but we do have the box art in a yellow colour to represent what group of kits it's from. On this side we have some colours such as airframe silver at the top, as I can see, and some more detailed painting guides which basically just tell you what specific colours you might need for interiors and struts and guns, which aren't detailed in the actual painting instructions. We also do have the stand and how it shows you it can be posed, I believe, Yep, multi-position display stand. Opening up the booklet, we have the first steps. You can see it just has 3 seats. I'm probably gonna scratch build that interior. 2 is start building part of the wings, well, the middle section. Then number 3 is build the rest of the engine bulkhead, I guess you could call it. The Bristol Pegasus goes into place with its propellers. It's 2 of propellers. We then have the rudders, I believe they're called rudders. Then we have the main assembly, adding all those parts and the guns and everything to the fuselage. We have the main wings to be built, the upper wings and the lower wings. And lastly is adding the struts and the top and bottom wing, and adding the front guns and the landing gear if you want it down. I'll probably have it up. And it also tells you to add the floats. And there's the option it shows if you want it up. And at the side shows all of the ranges. The purple range is shown with all the kits, and one I do want to get is the Siskin. I do like a Siskin. So that is the Matchbox Walrus. If you want to get it, it is quite hard to get. Well, in the UK, on eBay, as I found, they weren't as common. The whole walrus. If you want to get the Revell one, that was quite hard, and so was this. This was expensive for most once on eBay, but they were a bit more common. But it doesn't mean they were common in general. They were mainly about 3 or 4 when I checked, and they weren't, they weren't the cheapest. The Revell one is quite common compared to the Airfix one. The Airfix one's quite rare nowadays. I was hoping that as the time of me making this, the day after the Airfix range was announced, I hoped they would bring it back as a vintage classic, but we didn't in the end. But that is the kit. So that is the only unboxing of it on YouTube. So hopefully this was helpful to anyone who needed to know what was in the kit and if they wanted to get it. So that was my detailed review. Thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll be back soon, and I'll see you then.